Welcome to the mesmerizing world of coral reefs, where an explosion of life thrives beneath the ocean's surface. These diverse and delicate ecosystems are vital to marine biodiversity. Coral reefs are intricate underwater formations composed of calcium carbonate deposits produced by coral polyps over thousands of years. These vibrant ecosystems teem with biodiversity, hosting a remarkable array of marine life including fish, crustaceans, mollusks, and algae. Their structural complexity provides habitat, shelter, and breeding grounds for countless species, contributing significantly to marine biodiversity. In addition to their ecological importance, coral reefs play vital roles in global carbon and nitrogen cycles, and they help protect coastlines from erosion by dissipating wave energy. They are also crucial for fisheries and tourism industries, supporting millions of livelihoods worldwide. Despite their ecological and economic significance, coral reefs face severe threats from climate change, ocean acidification, overfishing, and pollution. Rising sea temperatures lead to coral bleaching, a phenomenon where corals expel their symbiotic algae, causing them to lose their vibrant colors and making them susceptible to disease and mortality. Conservation efforts, including marine protected areas, sustainable fishing practices, and reducing carbon emissions, are essential to safeguarding these invaluable ecosystems for future generations. Biodiversity and marine life. Coral reefs are not just underwater structures. They are bustling ecosystems that support an extraordinary diversity of marine life. These vibrant habitats provide essential shelter, food sources, and breeding grounds for a vast array of species, making them some of the most biodiverse ecosystems on the planet. One of the key roles coral reefs play is in providing habitat and shelter for numerous marine organisms. The complex three-dimensional structure of coral reefs offers countless nooks, crevices, and hiding spots where fish, crustaceans, mollusks, and other invertebrates can seek refuge from predators and harsh environmental conditions. Many species of fish, including colorful reef fish like butterflyfish, angelfish, and clownfish, rely on coral reefs for protection and as spawning grounds for their eggs and larvae. Coral reefs also serve as vital feeding grounds for marine species. Predators such as sharks, barracudas, and moray eels are often found patrolling the reefs, hunting smaller fish and invertebrates that thrive in the coral's complex ecosystem. These predatory interactions are critical for maintaining the balance of reef communities and ensuring the health of marine food webs. Furthermore, coral reefs support an intricate network of symbiotic relationships. Coral polyps themselves form partnerships with photosynthetic algae called zooxanthellae, which live within their tissues and provide them with nutrients through photosynthesis. This relationship not only sustains the corals themselves, but also supports a diverse community of organisms that rely on the corals for food and habitat. The biodiversity found within coral reefs is not only impressive but also essential for the overall health and resilience of marine ecosystems. However, these ecosystems are increasingly threatened by human activities such as overfishing, pollution, coastal development, and climate change. Conservation efforts focused on protecting coral reefs and the species that depend on them are crucial for preserving their biodiversity and ensuring their continued ecological functions in the face of these mounting threats. Coral feeding and reproduction. Corals, despite their stationary appearance, possess unique feeding and reproductive strategies that contribute significantly to the vitality of coral reef ecosystems. These strategies are essential for their survival and the maintenance of biodiversity within marine environments. Feeding for corals primarily involves capturing tiny organisms known as plankton. They accomplish this through specialized structures called tentacles, which extend outward from their polyps. These tentacles are equipped with stinging cells called nematocysts that immobilize prey upon contact. Once captured, the tentacles retract the prey into the coral's mouth, where digestion occurs. Corals also absorb nutrients, including dissolved organic matter and calcium carbonate, directly from the surrounding seawater, supplementing their diet and contributing to their growth. Reproduction in corals is a remarkable process often synchronized with lunar cycles, environmental cues, and water temperature. The most common method of reproduction is through spawning events, where corals release gametes, eggs, and sperm into the water simultaneously. This mass spawning enhances the chances of successful fertilization and the dispersal of coral larvae over vast distances. Once fertilized, coral larvae develop into free-swimming forms known as planulae, which eventually settle on a suitable substrate, undergo metamorphosis, and develop into new coral colonies. These reproductive events are crucial for maintaining and replenishing coral reef populations. They ensure genetic diversity within coral communities and contribute to the resilience of coral reefs against environmental stresses such as disease outbreaks and climate change impacts. However, coral feeding and reproduction are increasingly challenged by human-induced threats, including overfishing, pollution, and climate change-induced coral bleaching. Conservation efforts aimed at protecting coral reefs and reducing these impacts are essential for preserving the intricate feeding and reproductive behaviors of corals and safeguarding the biodiversity and ecological functions they support in marine ecosystems worldwide. Threats to coral reefs. Coral reefs, vital ecosystems teeming with biodiversity and ecological significance, face severe and escalating threats primarily driven by human activities. Chief among these threats is climate change, which is causing rising sea temperatures and increased frequency of marine heat waves. Elevated sea temperatures stress corals, leading to coral bleaching, an event where corals expel the symbiotic algae, zooxanthellae, that provide them with nutrients and their vibrant colors. Without these algae, corals lose their primary food source and become more susceptible to disease and mortality. Prolonged or severe bleaching events can result in widespread coral death and subsequent degradation of reef structures. Ocean acidification, another consequence of increased carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere, poses a significant threat to coral reefs. As oceans absorb more carbon dioxide, they become more acidic, making it harder for corals to build their calcium carbonate skeletons. This process weakens coral structures and reduces their ability to withstand physical disturbances such as storms and wave action. Pollution from land-based sources, including runoff from agricultural chemicals, sewage, and plastics, exacerbates coral reef degradation. Sedimentation can smother corals, while nutrient pollution can lead to algal blooms that compete with corals for space and resources. Plastic debris can entangle corals or introduce toxins into their environment, further stressing already vulnerable reef ecosystems. Overfishing also disrupts the delicate balance of coral reef ecosystems. Removing key predators and herbivores from reef environments can lead to ecosystem imbalances, including algal overgrowth that can smother coral colonies. Conservation efforts focused on mitigating these threats are crucial for the survival of coral reefs. These efforts include establishing marine protected areas, promoting sustainable fishing practices, reducing carbon emissions to mitigate climate change impacts, and implementing pollution control measures. By addressing these challenges, we can help protect coral reefs and preserve their biodiversity, ecological functions, and the countless benefits they provide to marine life and coastal communities worldwide. Conservation efforts. Conservation efforts aimed at coral reef preservation are crucial in combating the escalating threats posed by climate change, overfishing, and habitat destruction. Reducing carbon emissions is paramount to mitigating climate-related stressors such as ocean warming and acidification, which can trigger coral bleaching events and weaken reef structures. Establishing marine protected areas, MPAs, is essential for safeguarding coral reefs from anthropogenic impacts. These designated zones restrict activities like fishing and tourism, allowing reefs to recover and thrive. Effective management and enforcement within MPAs are critical to ensuring their success in protecting biodiversity and enhancing reef resilience. Promoting sustainable fishing practices is another key strategy in coral reef conservation. By implementing regulations on catch limits, gear types, and fishing seasons, fisheries can be managed sustainably, preventing overexploitation of fish stocks that are vital to reef ecosystems. These combined efforts not only protect the diverse marine life that relies on coral reefs, but also maintain the ecological services these ecosystems provide, such as coastal protection and tourism revenue. Public awareness and international collaboration are crucial for scaling up these conservation efforts and ensuring the long-term survival of coral reefs for future generations. Importance of coral reefs. Coral reefs are invaluable ecosystems that provide a wide range of essential services crucial for both marine life and human communities. One of their primary functions is coastline protection. Coral reefs act as natural barriers, reducing the impact of waves and storms on coastal communities. They dissipate wave energy, helping to prevent erosion and protect shorelines from flooding, which is especially critical in tropical regions prone to hurricanes and typhoons. Coral reefs are also vital for supporting tourism and fisheries industries. They attract millions of tourists each year who come to explore their vibrant underwater landscapes, snorkel, dive, and appreciate their beauty. Healthy coral reefs are essential for sustaining diverse marine habitats and fish populations that support local fisheries. Fishing communities rely on reefs for their livelihoods, as reefs provide habitat for numerous commercially valuable fish and shellfish species. Additionally, coral reefs hold immense potential for scientific and medical advancements. Marine organisms found in coral reefs produce compounds that are being studied for their pharmaceutical properties. These organisms have yielded promising leads for treatments for cancer, pain management, and other medical conditions, highlighting the importance of preserving coral reefs for potential future medical breakthroughs. Furthermore, coral reefs contribute significantly to global biodiversity. They are home to a vast array of marine species, from colorful fish and crustaceans to sponges, mollusks, and algae. This biodiversity is not only ecologically valuable, but also supports ecosystem resilience and stability. Coral reefs play a crucial role in nutrient cycling, carbon sequestration, and maintaining water quality, benefiting both marine and terrestrial ecosystems. Future outlook. The future outlook for coral reefs hinges on concerted global efforts to address the myriad threats they face and promote sustainable practices that support their resilience. Coral reefs worldwide are under severe pressure from climate change impacts, overfishing, pollution, and habitat destruction. Rising sea temperatures, ocean acidification, and more frequent and severe coral bleaching events threaten their survival. Global collaboration is essential for effective coral reef conservation. International agreements like the Paris Agreement on Climate Change aim to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, which contribute to warming oceans and acidification. Implementing these agreements and accelerating efforts to transition to renewable energy sources are crucial steps in mitigating climate impacts on coral reefs. Individual actions also play a significant role in coral reef conservation. Raising awareness about the importance of coral reefs and the threats they face can inspire public support and political will for conservation initiatives. Supporting and participating in local and international conservation efforts, such as coral reef monitoring programs and marine protected areas, can contribute directly to reef protection and restoration. Making sustainable choices in daily life, such as reducing carbon footprints, minimizing plastic use, and choosing sustainably sourced seafood, helps reduce pressures on coral reef ecosystems. Supporting businesses and policies that prioritize environmental sustainability and reef conservation further reinforces these efforts. Innovative approaches in science and technology are also advancing coral reef conservation. Techniques like coral reef restoration through coral transplantation and assisted evolution are being explored to enhance reef resilience against climate change impacts. Thank you for diving into the ecosystem of coral reefs with us. If you found this exploration inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the wonders of our natural world. Together, we can make a difference in conserving our planet's oceans and their incredible biodiversity.